What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the stew. And we're gonna get right to it. In the words of Houdini, when I first heard it, all I did was laugh. What am I talking about? If you haven't caught the news lately, the government is trying to pass a bill to get rid of daylight savings time. Yeah, when I first heard it, all I did was laugh until I saw it for myself. And by the time you're watching this, it's already gotten enough votes to move forward. Okay, um, whether you're into politics or not, the president has already made this a thing where he wanted to get rid of daylight savings time. Now, this is it's a twofold thing because number one, I looked at it from both sides. What about daylight savings time? You do it twice a year, okay? For a lot of people, daylight savings time means you wake up in the morning, go to work in the dark. And for most people, when you get off work, it's dark or getting dark. Okay. Some people it don't matter, you know. And I think for the people that it doesn't matter, they want to leave it the way it is. The people that, oh, my kids have to get up and go to school in the dark and they get off, it's getting dark. Those are the ones that want to change daylight savings time. Okay. I think it's more of a personal. I think it really depends on how it affects you personally. Because looking at it from, you know, looking at it from a distance, daylight savings time, it just tells you when the season's about to start or about to end. For me personally, when we spring forward, that tells me it's gonna start getting warm. You know, it's time to get rid of the big jackets and we can start shedding some of these outer layers. Fall back means, okay, we're gonna start cooling down now. It's gonna go from the 90s to the 80s to the 70s, and it's gradual. The time change tells you that. It reminds you of that summer's about to end, fall's about to begin, and so on and so forth. So it takes, you know, what does it mean to you? For me, it doesn't matter either way. For those that like to get their extra hours sleep, you're losing it permanently, forever. Which it also means that if you are, you know, you want to make up that hour, you're gonna have to go to bed when the sun is up. That means your bedtime, it's gonna be 8 something or 9 something, whatever, and it's still gonna be light outside. Now, I think Arizona, I don't know if that's the only state, but Arizona is the only state that has no daylight savings time. They don't practice it at all. So it's, again, I think it's one of those things that you know, how does it affect you personally? They already said that some of the states are already locked in when it passes. They're already locked in. But I think it's going to be one of those, it's not going to be like a universal, like everybody's doing it. That's it. It's going to be like, you know, state per state. You know, some states might say, nah, we're not doing that. Some states might say, yeah, we're doing that. So it all depends on your state. I think for this state here, if I had to guess, they're probably gonna keep daylight savings time, or because you know, you got so many white folks saying, "Oh, my kids have to go to school in the dark." Well, okay, so we're probably not getting rid of daylight savings time. But again, the other thing I thought about was spring forward, fall back is we gain an hour, lose an hour. So let's say, just for the sake of argument, let's say this state decides we're getting rid of daylight savings time. But somebody decides, no, I want my extra hour. So that means you're going to be an hour late or early, depending on what time, what time of the year it is. You're going to be an hour late or an hour early every day for work. So it again, it has its ramifications. I truly believe that daylight savings time, this is just me, daylight savings time to stay the way it is, okay? Spring forward, fall back has been something that, kids in school are taught, we've learned as in life. It's just, for most of us, we already know what it is. So if it ain't broke, why are we trying to fix it? Like, does the government really have nothing else to talk about? We have all this other stuff going on. We got a tyrannical president, and y'all want to talk about daylight savings time? That's the part that bugs me the most. It's like that Allen Iverson rant that everyone loves. We talking about practice. Not a game. But we talking about practice. Not the game itself, but we talking about practice. It's the same argument. Like, we're talking about daylight savings time? Not the fact that we're going to war over nothing. Not the fact that gas prices are ridiculous. Groceries are ridiculous. Never mind all that. We're talking about daylight savings time. Not how are we going to improve the economy. Not, we talking about daylight savings time. I mean, come on, y'all. When like I said earlier, when I first heard it, all I did was laugh, because I'm like, really? Until I saw it for myself, I was like, are you serious? This is where we are. We're fixing things that aren't broken, okay? Because before anyone mentioned it, nobody had an issue with it. It was one of the things that it's just, what are we fixing it for? And I was watching on the news also that this ain't the first time. They tried this back in, I think, 73 or sometime before, and it didn't pass. So the odds of it passing now with the president that we have now, highly likely. But again, it's going to be it's not going to be a universal thing. It's going to be a state by state. And I don't know. I think because of a lot of schools, we do have a lot of schools here, and they do tend to have to get up and get on the bus. I feel like we may in this cornball state have to get rid of daylight savings time. Because you got people that complain, oh, my kids have to go to... I used to have to get up and go to... Come on, I did it. Why your kids can't do it? Anyway, this is my one day off. I know you didn't ask, but I'm telling you. This is my one day off, so I'm going to go see my bro, and he's going to hook me up with something. And then I'm going to fire my grill up. And enjoy the fruits of my labor. On that note, we're going to see y'all in the next one.